Hello and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land to our newest session of Zodiac the Next Generation. We're up to 9 now. It's labeled as 8. I know that. I need to fix that. Just excuse me for a little bit. I'll fix that very shortly. Yes. Boop, boop. And done. Awesome. So before we jump right into the action, we have a few short announcements that we have to make. The first of which is, if you'd like to support our fantastic community, please give us a like, a follow, a subscription. All of that really does help us out tremendously. If you're watching this on YouTube, go look at our description below. We have links to our Twitch channel, to our Twitter, everything like that. You can watch these games live weeks in advance before they're posted on YouTube, because unfortunately it does take processing power and time in order to make the videos at least barely quality enough to put onto YouTube. And we have another cool announcement to make. The cast game I mentioned previously, the one where I said I was finding all my cast members and all that jazz. Well, I have everybody decided upon, but I'm not going to make the announcement until tomorrow night. Tomorrow night on my Twitters, if you're not following it, you'll hear exactly who everybody is. Big shout out to all of them, as well as the artists that we managed to convince to help us with this project and to make all of the fantastic art. But if you want to stay tuned and up to date with all of that stuff, there's 2 ways that you can do that. Follow me on Twitter, or you can join our Patreon, which gets you into our exclusive Discord server for Patreon members only. And once you're in there, you'll hear about all the updates as they come along, because people in the server already see who the people joining are, and they're here, they're hanging out with us, we're having a good time. It's great. So yeah, aside from that, we are still affiliated with Gamer Beans for the time being, of course. So you can go ahead and click that affiliate link and give us a little bit of money and get yourself some good old-fashioned caffeine, because God knows gamers don't exist without caffeine. So anyways, let us get into the game. Sebastian, tell us what happened last session.
All right. Well, the session began as the concert with the Brolias was getting set up. Nobu did not do well. It turned into a poor showing. It may have derailed the entire tour. But during that, Palando talked to what he thought was a talent scout, and Moose, to try to enhance the show, put on the Markov mask sock puppet thing and started acting a little odd, disappeared, did some things that we don't really know what he did. He came back, didn't remember what happened. His bag was gone, and he apparently threw it onto the roof of a house. It sounds like he
Is somebody
got blackout
steaming
drunk.
a cappuccino?
It's the washer.
Oh, damn.
Side of the room.
The washer sounds like somebody's talking on television.
Well, it's filling up right now. Now it's full.
All right, cool.
Okay. Yeah, so Moose is acting sus, and
We see somebody's been playing a lot of Among Us.
not playing as much, but more caffeine. All right. Yeah, Moose and Adine were talking with Dez as well, and he gave us a map of possible locations because he's been around for a while and he actually knows the area very well. Those who are more familiar with the campaign probably know who he is.
Speculate who he is.
He literally said his name.
Yeah, he said his name is Dez.
Yeah.
Dez is a common name among halflings.
Yeah.
Just like, what was the other one's name? Gary? What was the the one halfling I introduced to you in 5 different halflings? I can't remember. Anyways, go ahead.
They're all variations of Mike.
Well, anyway, he had a map that he provided to the two of Moose and Adine, with some locations, and to get to them, we would travel through the mountains, which sounded pretty good considering how bad the weather is getting. But a few of them seem to be infested or at least occupied by the undead, which could be an issue. I don't recall exactly how, but it was decided that we should check them out and see if we can clear those areas out before we actually go to Moose's people. Because if these areas can be cleared out, they might prove to be good locations, and then when we see them, they can just come with us to these places. We were on our way, traveling through the mountains, on our way to the entrance to one of the caverns, and we were ambushed by wormlings, and we subdued them non-lethally, and that was where we left off.
Alrighty. So for some reason, you all, for the first time in your adventure, decided to use non-lethal damage against some wormlings, even though you straight up fucking murdered people. Back to the ambush site.
I personally subscribe to your theory. I don't care about humans, but I won't kill animals.
That's perfectly fair. It is people, after all. That's fair. That's fair. So anyways, as the five of you are catching your breath, Rain, you come back from excusing yourself to give yourself the nightly feasting, and you see all of the chaos that ensued while you were eating. Ignore the map. This was a placeholder for random combat. You look around and you see two unconscious wormlings.
I could leave for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and we get attacked. It's ridiculous.
Probably shouldn't leave.
I agree with that. Actually, I don't think I should. I mean, I could always bring the goats here.
All right. Well, you said that there were a couple scales kind of strewn about the battlefield. I want to collect them.
All right, roll a survival check.
All right. Ooh, rough.
5. You find one. There you
All
go.
right. Is it suitable to repair my shield?
Unfortunately not. The trimmings and like breaking of the shield itself are skewed around the battlefield as well. Adine, same with your leather armor. It wasn't like liquefied, it was just crunched and destroyed in its essence. It's still there, it's just no longer suitable for helping you, unfortunately.
Adine will just rip what remains of it off, throw it on the ground.
You got super quiet again. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. Is this better?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Adine will just rip off whatever's left of the armor and throw it on the ground.
Okay.
Well, my shield is only half effective, but it's still a little all right. Moose, do you think that you seem good with fixing things? Is there anything you can do about my armor? It's a little split. Can you like tinker the chain links back together somehow?
I can try. Shouldn't be that hard.
And Adine, I know how to use a leatherworker's set. I might be able to fix your armor. Just don't get rid of it.
Jero, is my leather armor redeemable?
Depending how well she can craft with it, yeah. It's just currently no longer, in that position where it would grant you actual coverage without like getting in the way of you like moving, which the point of having leather armor is movement.
Oh, okay.
It looks more like gaming armor at this point, not actual armor.
Yeah, it's terrible.
All right. Adina will pick it up off the ground and just say, "Okay, thanks," and then she'll like put it away in her pack for later.
I'll try to work on it tonight.
Thank you.
Sebastian's shield is a wooden shield, right? If we're going by his icon.
Basically, I never really decided how. I figured it was a wooden shield. It's probably what he could afford. Doesn't really designate. Just said he has a shield. And I never thought I had to specify.
It would be a metal shield, I mean, or go off the token. Let's look at the token. The metal trimming around the wooden buckle shield.
Like a metal-clad wooden shield. Like metal's
It's
not
fairly
really.
common.
It's both. Yeah.
It's kind of like chainmail, but for a shield.
Yeah.
Or studded leather armor. Just
Although
put
I don't
some
think
put some metal on it.
My
It's gonna be
hammer
fine.
is quite so comically big, but yeah.
No, I choose to believe it.
I figure it's got like a spike on one end and like a hammer on the other. Classic.
So it's a
Warhammer
giant
style.
carpenter hammer. The one where you can like pull out nails. Anyway,
Well, we've already decided on moving ahead. Is everyone still able to travel?
Yeah. Is anyone? How's everybody feeling? Is anybody especially injured?
I guess I'll just leave you guys on that map so you can see each other. There you go.
Londo blows some blood out of his nose. Just I'm good. We can go.
Yeah, I'm not the worst, but I don't feel very well. We'll probably have to rest before too long.
What time
Nobu,
is it?
it's evening, right before dusk.
We need to
And-
find somewhere to rest.
The wormlings, they're taken care of?
Well, they're unconscious for now. We need to get the hell out of here.
Nobu looks at you. Wait, what if they come after us? We should kill them.
that's highly unlike you, Nobu.
What are you talking about? They might be a danger to my life.
And we'll just stop them again.
Do you see what they did to that big, giant seagull?
Okay, that sounds a lot more like you.
That's just
Why-
nature.
Why have we not killed them?
Because there's no reason to kill them.
I don't know. We're in the Carven Peaks. Like, if we start killing Carven's children, it could cause issues. I don't know. And Palando seems to
Attacked
not
by
want to kill
worms in
them.
the middle of the night when everyone has their armor off.
Also, Reyna,
Aren't you
you
gonna
are
be
fully
watching?
aware that Vas Carbon doesn't give a flying fuck about her children. As a whole, she does, but not individually. That would take way too much effort.
You realize that Vascarvin has hundreds of children, right? And she's not gonna miss two.
I was unaware.
So we're killing them.
Killing for killing's sake is a slippery slope. That is a path to just pure evil.
So is the blood on the ground.
So, but killing in order to make sure that we aren't followed and attacked and killed ourselves.
I don't know.
So
I mean, I'm willing to defend myself, but I don't want to just like smash their unconscious heads.
So should we just arrest people because they might rob a bank someday?
No.
Oh,
And
did they
Raina,
rob a
Why
bank
would you kill
before?
somebody for not doing something?
Raina will walk over with her dagger and go to slit one of their throats. Just it.
I will attack her.
So you both like interject each other, and Nobu will just, whoa, guys, wait, Moose, wait, what if we put bells on them?
Moose, who is like still on the ground, like trying to make a potion. Is just, what?
Bells. If you put bells, well, we'd hear them, right? He
Bells?
tingles his
That
bell.
would be a terrifying last thought. Thanks.
That doesn't stop them from crashing into a campsite, though.
Moose is going to like stand on top of one of the heads. Just like walk over like it's nothing. Orlando, are you going to argue this?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I am wholly terrified of these creatures when they're moving. And they are dangerous, right?
They are.
And they... Are these animals? Moose whispers to Sebastian.
I don't know. I know they're not fish.
They're dragons.
That's a dragon.
It's something that like
I'm
flies
pretty sure it's
and
its own category of thing.
it flies. It breathes air
You're
that hurts
describing
you.
a bird.
It
You're
breathes
describing
air.
a bird.
Birds don't breathe air that hurt you. What?
Have you ever smelled the breath of a pigeon?
What's a pigeon? He leans towards you, Raina.
Pigeon's that gray bird that like shits on all the statues.
Seagulls.
Feels cursed. Anyway, okay.
It's a different word for seagull. Okay, pigeons.
I'm gonna go over to Adine and speak to her for a moment.
Cool.
You look like you took a bit of damage in that fight. Do you mind if I help you?
Sure, I don't have a lot of gold on me right now.
No, that's all right. And I will kind of put my hands on her shoulders and I'll give her 6 hit points of healing.
Thank you, Sebastian.
And I'll give myself 4.
It smells like seawater. It's weird.
You do it.
Raina is still kneeling by the wormling, and if she, the moment that Philando looks away, she's gonna kill the thing.
Oh, wait, I have way more lay on hands than I thought I had.
Philando, hey, Philando. Hey, Philando.
What's up?
No. Actually, all right. Seriousness.
Guys, I really
seriousness
like the
again.
bell idea as a compromise. They can't sneak up on us.
Well, you can't really hear a bell 100 feet up.
What? But these things can't really fly. Did you see their arms?
I'm gonna look at the wings.
They're like they're webbing between the wing and the stomach. That's light.
You lied to me. You said these things fly.
They glided. When it came down, it glided. It glowed. Kind of like a flying squirrel. They don't fly, they just glide. It's not old enough to fly yet.
Dragons can fly. There are just different types of dragons. And
Right.
my thing is, I can agree with you, Philando, on trying to find diplomatic solutions and with people you can reason with creatures you can't.
Depends
I'm
on the creature.
not in my life.
I'm pretty sure I was considered a creature at some point.
You know what I mean.
Hey, I'm trying to argue both sides.
I'm not.
By the way, do these things get bigger? Do they get bigger because they're already a hassle?
Yeah, they
Yes.
get a lot bigger.
They get bigger than every building you've seen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know the mind of these creatures, but there were large, like, birds kind of harassing us. Then they jumped out, ate one of them, and Palando shot them with like laser hands, and then they attacked us. So I don't know if they're actually against us. I mean, they're probably pissed.
You
but they
hear one
might
of
leave us alone.
you hear one of their stomachs growls.
Either way, we need to leave.
Honestly, I think they were just hunting, and we were in their territory.
So, I've got a hypothetical. What happens when these things get full grown? Where do they go? Because I know that once you get bigger, you can't eat the same stuff that you could when you were smaller and still be happy.
History checks, everybody. Everybody.
Including me.
No, not you. You wouldn't know. 9. Okay. Wow.
Fucking crackling up.
Reyna, 16. Voskarvin doesn't let them get too big. A little bigger than where they're at right now. She doesn't like competition.
Voskarvin, would it be appropriate to say that she eats her own children?
No. She pays people to kill and hunt them, who then turn their hides into very good armor.
Gotcha.
And sometimes even augments.
Well, these don't have much life left in them anyway. Voskarvin pays to have her own kids hunted so that they don't compete.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Why does she have all these kids if she's just gonna kill them?
Because you could get half dragons, you could get dragonborn. These just come out of the mix.
It's a dick move.
Hence why I have no allegiance to Voskarvin.
Okay, so you said there were other kinds, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if they get bigger?
They hunt and they kill larger things. Dragons have been known to devastate cities. In fact, Voskarvin herself assisted the champions in Leolis in destroying the city. Granted, it was for selfish motives, but she did. So even the largest city on the continent can be destroyed by one such as her.
I see. So, Palando,
Yes.
say we meet a different type of dragon.
Yes.
Would you still not be interested to kill it given the situation?
If it was intelligent and attacked us for evil reasons, then yeah, I don't see any reason not to kill it. But these things we're just trying to feed. They're just animalistic.
Yeah. But maybe it's better for them if indeed they're just going to be disposed of in such a manner. Maybe it's better that we defeat them in combat as we did instead of having them be culled like cattle.
Yeah, I've got one last question, Palando. These things get smarter, right? You know?
I guess. I don't know much about dragons.
Okay, do these things get smarter? I'm gonna look at like Rain and Sebastian and Dean.
Yes. The older they get, the smarter they are.
Right. Do dragons have a general temperament?
That you wouldn't
That's
know.
more of a.
You know Vascarvins.
Vascarvin herself has a distemper, you could say.
Have any of you met any of her slightly more intelligent children?
Yes.
Raina, you
Hey,
have.
Clive.
Yeah, Clive. There you go. Oh, most
Where's
of you have
Clive?
met Clive, actually. Not most. You, Polando, and Raina. That's it.
I wouldn't say he's intelligent. He's sentient.
That's fucked, man.
Out of character. Wow.
Like very similar to people, you know, from simpletons all the way to masters of the arcane and of knowledge. It's actually very close to the range that you see in people.
All right. We're just gonna like jump down off the snout of this creature.
I'll make you a deal, Raina. We can kill them, but we have to make use of as much of their bodies as we can. So that their deaths aren't for nothing.
That I'm fine with.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Moose
They owe me a
holds up.
shield.
Because I understand hunting and I understand getting pelts and bodies. You know, I'm not against hunting and killing. I'm just against useless killing.
Then
Who's
we'll be
also
sure
a
to
pair of
make this.
clippers?
We'll be sure to make this as useful as possible.
Already?
You should probably talk to a hunter sometime to learn how to actually do that. Like proficiently.
Don't worry, I got
Why
this.
is nobody a hunter?
Don't worry, I think I understand the general anatomy. I once dissected a bird.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
that
understand
sounds
the
about right.
basics of, pelts and stuff.
Moose, are you proficient in survival?
No,
Okay.
that's why I said once.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering if that was your translation. Yeah, I figured it out after dissecting a bird. I mean, everything else kind of works like it.
I need to work on that survival proficiency. For real.
I think that is the only thing this party is lacking, is a
I am
survival.
proficient in survival.
Ellie,
You're
then
proficient, but
speak
you're not
up.
even the highest.
But speak
Well, I
up.
have no bonus from wisdom, but I'm proficient
Exactly.
in survival.
Give him a couple of levels. You know, like...
Give me a couple levels. I'll pick up
Stop
skilled.
hating, okay, Mr. Wisdom Monk.
All right, so Raina,
Mm-hmm.
with your proficiency in leathers workers, these wormlings are just barely at the right enough age where their hides have begun to solidify into scales, meaning their hides are as strong as light armor could be. It's actually
Gotcha.
perfect for making studded leather armor, stuff like that.
Okay.
If you would like to make a leather workers check to get as much of that as possible, it will be dexterity based.
Okay.
And if anybody else would like to harvest other aspects, you are welcome to do that as well.
Yeah,
But-
I want to assist her.
Sure. But Raina is the only person in the party with proficiency in leather workers, meaning she is the only person who's aware of the exact cuts and sections that'll be most valuable in this instance.
I've got a general question, Jared.
Sure.
Are there like potion ingredients which are like, eye of a dragon, that sort of bullshit? I'm trying to see if alchemical supplies can translate to like alchemical supplies on a dragon's body.
You can make an nature check for me to discern that.
I'm
Oh.
using my game inspiration.
Oh, you're being
Cool.
assisted.
I thought
You don't
I
need
was
to.
helping you.
You're being
okay.
assisted. Yeah.
Does anyone want to help me?
9.
Does-
Dean, you're smart. Help me. As I'm rooting through its stomach.
She'll like kind of uncomfortably inch over to Moose. What are you doing?
Well, I'm finding stuff. I guess it's nature to divine if there's actually anything usable in here, right?
Yes.
A 12.
We're rolling like shit today.
Did you not say that you were going to be assisted, Moose?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get assistance for a nature check.
Yeah, that's, I mean, when you're trying to figure out what...
A 12.
Jeez, okay. Good thing the fight happened last session. Whew.
Hold on.
So...
I'm on
Raina.
it. Look at that garbage.
I'm just gonna say one thing.
Yeah.
I was shit earlier today. I am shit now. The only reason why I could hit that fat, it defined individual. Okay then.
Oh, that sucked. Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Whew.
Hot garbage.
Yeah. Holy shit, that's a lot of 7. So anyways, Raina,
Mhm.
you managed to harvest 9 pounds of hide,
Okay.
which, if you try using your leatherworker's tools when you have downtime, you know, like a couple of days downtime,
Okay.
you have enough, so long as you don't fuck it up, to make 1 leather item. 9 pounds of raw hide is not 9 pounds of leather. It's, you
Right.
refine it down a lot.
When you
So,
say leather item, does that count as armor? Can that count armor?
yes, yeah. So it could be
Okay.
like a tunic. I'd allow like a set of gloves and boots, or 2 sets of gloves. Anything like that you could do. But like, you can get 1 tunic worth
Okay.
of material.
So I could pretty much replace Adine's armor.
Well, Adine's armor is still all together. It just needs to be sewn and stitched together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So-
When the creature attacks, much like Voskarvin, it has that intense, piercing breath to it.
Mhm.
But whenever it would attack, it would shred through organic materials that aren't magical. So when it attacked Sebastian and gripped his shield, it destroyed portions of the shield, but that was just tearing through and ripping it across. The structural integrity is what was destroyed. It's not destroyed. Yeah, it
Gotcha.
can still
Okay,
be
so
fixed.
I can fix her armor, and then I can also make something completely new.
Correct. I'm not that much of a dickhead that I would destroy
like putting-
your shit permanently.
Kind of like putting holes in a tablecloth. It's still a tablecloth, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look as nice.
Exactly. I
Or
don't
function as well.
I don't
If
throw
only I had taken the mending spell. God.
like moose.
I don't have it.
Oh,
I picked up Spare the Dying.
wait. Does nobody have mending in this party? I thought
Does
somebody
Nobu
did.
have it?
Does Nobu have it?
Probably not.
No, I mean,
that would be too practical for Nobu.
He probably
Nobu
does, but he
has
thinks it's a
mending.
different spell.
Yeah.
Nobu goes like, wait, I can just create you new armor and takes. Yeah, he thinks he has summoned fixed items that I'm holding in my hands. So he'll spend like 5 minutes. Adine hands you back your armor. Perfect.
So he does have it?
Yeah, he has mending.
Of course he does. Can he mend my shield?
He can. He can.
Sweet.
All right.
All right, so we're
while
all
that's
mended.
happening.
While he's doing that, I want to try to get some teeth or claws, depending on how.
Yeah.
I rolled a 12 on the nature, by the way. Did I find anything?
12 on the nature check. The tongue seems to have a rubbery enough essence to it that it might actually be useful if you can liquefy it to be a base inside of a potion. For potions that would be related to tongue-like things.
Looking at spell list.
But yeah, the tongues are actually harvestable.
Moose is gonna look at Palanta. Can you hold its mouth open for a bit?
Oh yeah, sure.
Moose puts on boots. and begins walking down the tongue.
You're moose in boots.
Moose in boots.
Demonetized already. Okay.
Moose is literally walking down the mouth of this creature.
Yep. Cut out the tongue, walk out with it. The tongue weighs about 5 pounds by itself. It got a big head.
Yeah. It's like, I'm surprised it isn't longer.
So yeah.
It was like drags it on the ground. Just, all right, next one.
So is it survival to try to get teeth and claws?
Go for it.
I'm gonna use my recap inspiration.
Sure.
Let's dominate the survival check. Solid 11.
All right. You get 2 perfectly unchipped brown dragon teeth, and be sure everybody is labeling this brown dragon. Okay, it matters.
Okay, so 2 brown dragon tongues.
Yep. And then you also get 4 brown dragon adolescent claws. On the brown dragon, the teeth actually grow the fastest when it's maturing.
How do you spell tongue?
Tongue. I knew how to spell a word. I am so proud of myself today.
What about Zero?
N-E-G or N-G-E?
Tongue. What'd you ask, Polando?
What about getting meat off these creatures?
Survival check.
Jero,
Yeah.
is there anything like in this area that a dean would find interesting or not really?
Are you gonna look around?
Yeah.
Roll an investigation. Everyone else is busy hocking up bodies, and you're like, let's look at the scenery. 15. That's good. Polando, we'll say that you get 14 pounds of raw dragon meat that's edible between the 2 of them. There are, because of the structure of the dragon, its association to different organs, it'd be a little too deadly to try eating certain things, a little too poisonous, but there are aspects like in the arms and in the legs which are perfectly edible, since they are practically just fat and muscle.
How many pounds of meat do I eat a day?
All. You probably eat a good 3 or 4 pounds.
Like 15,000 calories a day.
Polando, yeah, like you
Since
work
he's
it
shooting
off.
light out of his hands.
Yeah, like you work that shit off, dude.
Where
You're
do you
running.
think this energy comes from?
Yeah. You're a CrossFitter. Look up how much food a CrossFitter has to eat per day.
I'm on the Michael Phelps diet.
Yes.
Start my day
Moose
with
is-
8 Big Macs.
Moose is
Firing
going to...
carbs out of your hands.
Yes, Moose?
Moose, like, standing on the head of one of the dead dragons, just going to look at the tongues.
Mhm.
So I'm drawing a blank, but I know one thing. I might be able to make a potion of comprehend language with that.
Which language?
Well, language.
A language?
All language. And maybe, just maybe, commune with nature.
What does nature have to say?
They mostly scream at me.
Oh.
God, why
Or
is...
mating calls, I'm sure.
No, I was referring to the grass.
Oh, what a flashback. What the fuck? Birds, man. Birds are terrible. Every time you listen to like birds chirping, you're like, oh, that's so beautiful. That's them literally screaming, you wanna fuck. Like, that's all they're doing. Birds.
Some of them are screaming, I fuck better than that guy.
True. Birds are the Chads of the animal kingdom. All right, let me start working on this. There we go. There's my pencil. Cool. Adine, as everyone else is preoccupied with them, you begin climbing up the side of the one cliff edge that it glides down towards you all. Churds. Oh, God. I hate you. I hate you so much. And Hocus is down. Okay, so...
You monsters.
You climb
You
over the
killed her.
ledge and you look around for a little bit and you notice a couple of the higher ledges that go up about 40 or 50 feet or so have these perfect oval outcroppings inside of them. Fairly large too, maybe about like 25, 30 feet. No, 20 feet wide, at its width. So you climb on up there, and you see that there are broken brown eggshells up around this area. And inside of those eggshells are a few interesting items.
What?
You found the Wormling's Dragon Hoard.
Or is in air quotes.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
It's the Bebe Horde.
The baby pile.
What
Now
interesting-
featuring 50% more babies.
And 100% less parents.
Oh no.
I don't think they were that old. I just made a slightly crass joke, and you had to make it about dead parents. What are you, Batman?
You made it about dead babies.
Look, we're not here to argue about the logistics of bringing dead babies into the mix.
That's everything that you find, Adine.
The kind of thing the person who brings up dead babies would say.
Okay, can we move on?
And a gate? What is that? This is a player asking. I have no idea what that is.
It's a gem.
Kind of a gem.
Oh, an agate.
Yeah.
Agate.
That's how you spell it?
Yep, a gate.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's what Google
Kinda
told me,
like
at least.
saying
I
Zion.
literally copy and pasted, so. Google's smarter than me.
Ooh, you found some goods.
Google technically
Yeah.
smarter than whole universe.
I was hoping you
Is
guys
that-
would just overlook this shit.
Is that short sword like historically significant in any way?
You would have to take it down and like really look it over to discern that.
All right. So, Dean will. Oh man, I really want to figure that out before I go down. Dean will just take all that down to the party.
Okay. You've seen Adine coming over here, holding up one of those larger sections of the eggshell with all of this stuff inside of it as you carry it on over.
Oh, that's
Sweet.
interesting.
Yeah, I found what I'm assuming was the nest for these two. She'll point over at the brown dragons.
What did you find?
So there's some gold and silver and copper. This agate type rock. And then this short sword. But Adine will kind of place everything on the ground in front of everyone except for the short sword. She's gonna try to figure out if it's historically significant in any way or just a random short sword.
Roll me a history check. And this is going to take you a good half hour or so, at minimum.
Okay. Thinking hard.
Well, it's looking at the different iconography, the way that the handle was crafted, the leather straps, even the direction that is going would tell you about the different cultures who made and crafted this short sword. While she's doing that, all of you looking at the pile of everything else.
Sweet. Does anybody even use a short sword?
mean, I could use.
I was gonna say, like,
Okay.
I know how to, but
Yeah, I like my
I
fights.
punch sons.
Yeah.
I know how to.
Do we want to start? And this is both the play. This is the player asking. Do we want to start party loot?
Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
Wait, don't we have one?
Yeah.
Do you?
I don't have the sheet for.
Oh, was that the last game?
It
No,
was.
it's right. It's in my
Oh,
character
it's
sheet.
on your character sheet, everybody. That's right. So if you open up your character sheet and you go into the bio and info page,
Oh, there's the link.
linked
Okay.
is loot. Yep. Because if I keep all of the handouts ready and available, you all have to process that every time you log in, every time you change a scene, all of that shit. If I archive it, you don't until you open it up.
Okay.
It alleviates some stress off of your computers.
So, non-distributed loot. Okay to put in the agate worth 250.
One person edit at a time. Announce you are the editor. Nobody else touches it while that person is editing until they say, I'm done editing.
I will edit.
Cool.
So, do we want to just put it there? Everyone okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
There you go.
Seems fine. Just copy and paste that whole thing over.
The whole thing. Did Adine give over the sword too?
No, she did not. She's investigating it.
Well, I mean, it's undistributed loot. I mean,
She's investigating it. Give her
Yeah.
time.
I'm not saying she can't have it. I'm just saying, just
Okay. And then, do we want to go ahead and do the money? So while we're here, and she's
no rush.
okay. So that'll put that as undistributed as well. Okay, and done editing.
So, Adine, this short sword actually fits the description, and I hope you all are ready to take notes, of a dwarven company called Grinarv. There's the name. They are a company that was known back during the Great War for creating a mass amount of weapons for the Leo army. They were procured from the Fiera territory as it is known today. Previously, it had a different name, and were forced under incredibly tedious conditions to make these type of swords in mass production for the armies of Leo, hoping that during the cold section of that war that they would be able to gain an upper hand with all of their soldiers having these fairly powerful weapons. The reason this is historically interesting to you is because that's the information I would have given you on a 15. On a 20,
Oh man.
the Grinarv actually fucking hated the Leo army. So when they crafted these weapons, they would leave flaws in them. Sometimes the blade would have a flaw, or sometimes the magic imbued into it was more chaotic. So when you would try to put an augment inside of said weapon, it would act slightly differently. Though it does currently have a usable augment inside of it. This blade in and of itself does not have any historical relevance to anybody that you know, but it is made by that company that no longer creates weaponry. They retired after the war.
Okay. And are these short swords relatively common or not really now?
I mean, collectors have them. If you are a weapon collector, you have it. But as for common, no, they're very well crafted. They're very hard to come by, and they are expensive. It is a mastercraft sword. It has an augment in it.
Cool. So Adine will kind of turn around to everyone and say, you guys can can take all the rest of the gold and silver and copper and whatever the agate's worth, if you guys don't mind me taking the short sword.
I don't care. You found it.
I have no objection.
Yeah, seems fine.
Cool.
I
You
got
can make
my
use of it.
scythe.
More power to
Moose
you.
pulls out an oversized scythe out of a bag, swings it around.
Oh yeah, he found that in his bag and he still refuses to let anybody else have it.
More like it swings you around.
I mean, hey,
Yeah,
it's
no,
good for
it's-
pole vaulting. Boom.
It's not like Moose is swinging around with any proficiency. He's just,
Right.
two-handing, like doing a hula, like.
Adine, would you like to roll me a d6 to find out, or so I know what the complication is on that weapon?
Yeah, so /R D6.
Yes.
Space D6.
Space d6. Yep, you got it.
Boom. Where? What?
Okay, I know what it does. You don't.
Well,
So would you have to
Well,
attune to it to find out what the augment does?
If it was an attunable weapon, you would, which would have to happen over a short rest.
so is that a yes?
Do you want to spend an hour concentrating on the blade, attuning to it? Because
No,
right
I'm
at this point, it's like dusk has fell over the land. That's up to all of y'all, though. But you are in the middle of a freezing mountain range without shelter near
Yeah.
you.
Is there a
Adia's
place
just
to
gonna put it in
buy?
her-
Who
without
has the map?
shelter?
Who has the map?
I believe I
Ryan?
was
Okay.
heading the journey.
And this map is much easier to read. It is written in halfling, which means half the party, I think, reads it. Yeah. It's hilarious. Half the party went
You just
halfling
have
this
Moose.
adventure.
Yeah, you could just have Moose on your shoulder and he's like translating.
So yes,
Shoulder-mounted translator.
you are close to the entrance of the Passage of the Vault, but you're about a 2 hours walk from that location. As for specific locations that might be reasonable to gain respite, that would be a survival check from somebody. Unless you want to go there, because supposedly that's supposed to be, entering into the mountain, which means you're no longer getting hit by the winds.
Yeah, if we could camp in just the mouth of the cave, that might be a good idea.
If you all want to push on and make it there.
Can everyone make it another 2 hours?
I think so.
Yeah, probably.
All right, then that's my vote.
Alrighty. You all begin traveling then? Everybody?
Yes.
Everybody? Okay, cool.
Sure.
Mhm.
Give me another survival check. Sebastian, you're being assisted by somebody, I'm sure. Moose.
Moose. No, no, you're
18.
going to go there.
Yep. You're like, okay. So that word looks funny. It means death. And you continue walking through.
There is no word for death in Halfling. There is only one. It is called the fuck no.
Or nope. So,
Depending on the severity.
as you continue walking through the mountainous area, you do still have to listen to the very angry whirls of the winds around you in this landscape. But in time, you do eventually make it over to what appears to be an opening into the earth. There is a large canyon in front of you, looking like a sideways well etched with this trimming of a separate stone around the border of this wide open space. It's a 20-foot diameter hole that has a little bit of a pathway that leads down very abruptly for about 50 to 60 feet before you see ground to land on. So Here's hole. 50, 60 feet. Land.
Is there a, like, because you said it's trimmed in different stone, did they create like a staircase or handholds leading down the side?
Roll a investigation.
Can I assist someone else in the investigation?
Hey, you came up with the question, man. You do it.
Moose is going to attempt to like crawl around looking for nooks and crannies too.
Sure. Both of you roll, though. Just because you're bad
Okay.
at it doesn't mean you can't make the skill check. People who are stupid usually think they're smart. I should know this. I thought I was smart through all of high school.
But who didn't, though?
Okay,
Smart
I
people.
rolled an unnatural 1.
Dirty
I
one.
rolled a 2, but I have a -1, so I
Okay.
got a 1.
You look over there and you're like, fuck, this is stupid. Why wouldn't they put that there? Moose, you see that there are tiny ledges inside of here that seem to have been broken off. Like there used to be, but it was destroyed.
Perhaps we could utilize my climber's kit.
How many pittance do you have?
Probably.
I think it comes at 10.
Moose, there's exactly 10 of those little cliffs leading down.
What would it?
Hmm.
What would it take to like climb down and put those in?
Somebody to be fearless and to probably tie a rope to them and to something
like-
or someone else that's not scared of dropping them.
We kind of like lower somebody down, they affix the pitons,
Mhm.
then we use them to go down, and then the person who goes last can like pull them out as they go down.
I'll go do it.
We said fearless.
He
Alright.
arguably
Yeah,
had
no.
the easiest person to catch if they fell, but fearless does not apply.
Yeah. So
Well, and I can hold the rope.
okay.
I'm like a
can
cat. I can
also-
land on my feet.
Palando is proficient in falling.
Falling with style.
Superhero landing. Ow! Ow, my knee. Ow, my knee.
Terrible for the knees.
Yeah, so Palando, roll me a athletics or acrobatics check. Reyna, roll me a strength saving throw. He's not terribly heavy, but, you know.
I wanted to like help her hold the rope.
All right, go ahead and you have
Sure.
advantage, Reyna. There we go. Both of you, Sebastian, like wrap it around your body and just lean back while Rain like holds it firm, and Palando just do.
Like I always
ting,
say,
ting, ting,
everything
ting.
is like sailing a boat.
When in doubt, lean back.
Look at that, guys. Stuff we know how to do. You ever hacked up a body before? Nope.
It's just like sailing a boat.
All right. So you continue tinking and tinking and tinking. Roll me a survival check, Palando, to make sure you put them all at the proper locations and place them properly. Okay. Tink tink, tink tink, tink tink, tink tink, tink tink, tink tink. All right, only 10 more feet to fall, no problem. And then you climb back up.
Wait, why wouldn't I just drop down?
Oh, then you just drop down, unhook yourself, and Rain and Sebastian, you both feel your bodies lurch forward and then fall back completely, very suddenly.
All right, guys, I'm at the bottom.
Rain would land on Sebastian probably and just like, oh, sorry.
It's all right. Could have used a little more warning than that, but okay.
All right, who's next?
Just throw Moose, I'll catch him.
Was Moose in the bag the whole time?
Just put him in the bag and
Most-
yeet it.
Moose just hangs out in the bag unless you need something. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, isn't he already at the bottom? Because he was just hanging out in the bag the whole time?
We'll say Moose
Oh,
is in
yeah.
the bag, sure.
Moose pops out of the bag. How the fuck did we get here?
Oh shit! I forgot you were there. Never mind. He's already here.
All right, Adine.
Moose is gonna look at you in pure betrayal.
I mean, I knew you were there the whole time. Don't worry about it, yeah.
Adine.
You brought me here.
Yeah. Adine will just start climbing down.
Give me an athletics check.
Yeah, I'll help hold the rope at the top. I figure I'll go down last.
Sure. 21. Yeah, with ease. As you're like, all right, just wrap the rope around you. She's already going down the pittance. There is a 10-foot drop that you kind of like push and then fall on your shoulder and tumble with. It doesn't hurt at all. It's just you got to do that to not break a leg. It turns out that Adine is really good at scaling into the earth, considering your background. Who's next?
All right, Nobu.
Nobu's like, I don't know. Are you sure it's safe?
Enough.
That
If you fall, just tuck
does
and roll.
not
like we were
sound
practicing.
very reassuring. Why don't you three just come
Didn't
down
he say
with
he
me?
has feather fall?
Yeah,
Let's
like
you
why
just
don't
jump off?
Why
and
don't you
feather fall
two just
down?
come down with me? I have
Because
teleport.
I can't fight.
No, it'll work. Come on, here, over here. Come on, Sebastian.
I
We're gonna
can't teleport.
teleport.
I gotta get my pitons. You should have said that before we all did this.
What? No, I mean we can just go down there. It's fine.
I'll meet you down there.
Are you gonna remove the pittance?
Yeah, I gotta get my pitons, man.
You know,
It's
then
fine.
nobody has a way out in case of emergency, right?
Well,
It's not a scalable wall.
not a scalable wall at all.
No, without the pittance. The pittance went into the hangs that were previously there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then I guess we'll leave the rope.
I mean, you're allowed to
pittance.
take the pittance out if you want. That's fine, sure.
Well, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that it was not scalable. I thought it was just they just made it easier. I thought it gave you like
And
advantage
then
on
we
your
can just stay down here
climb.
for 5 levels, and then I can run up the wall.
Well, Nobu says he's got teleport. We don't need the pitons. He can just teleport us to the
Yeah,
top.
it's not a problem. Here, guys, just jump. Jump with me.
All right.
I'll climb.
You jump, Sebastian, and Featherfall. And both of you teleport very slowly down to the ground. See?
I'll climb.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Not
Ooh.
very well, but she's.
That means you get about 10 of the 50 feet down, which means you're still falling 40. As you begin falling to the ground, you're like, God, fuck! Nobu immediately casts Featherfall again, and you slowly descend to the ground. I told you I'd help you teleport. It's not a problem.
Thank you, Nobu.
So, we're down here now.
Is Ulrich still with the party?
Ulrich is always staying further back, so I don't have to constantly roleplay as him being there, and so that his life is not in danger.
Doesn't want to talk to you.
Well, no, I'm just wondering for
Yeah.
like logistics. So it's basically just he's like Lydia from Skyrim. Just
Yeah. There. It's yeah. He calls down and is like, so, you want me to go in there with you?
Or you're gonna be up there by yourself.
How do you expect to get the goats down?
Fuck.
Norm
Yeah.
with the rope.
Drop a goat.
Nobu, teleport him.
Nobody's like, I got this. Just throw it down.
Can he
No,
cast
who's getting
Featherfall
more-
again?
He can. He just has to upcast it.
Okay, jump and
I'm gonna roll animal handling to see if he can try to make a goat jump off a cliff.
You can make a goat get thrown off a cliff.
He can't. He's not that strong, dude. These are hardy goats.
these are like dire goats, man.
Give him the Spartan like kick. Just
You don't kick the goats, man. Jeez. We don't kick goats, people.
well, next time they'll jump.
I'm so glad you're not a farmer. Anyways, he calls back up. I gotta go catch them. I think I'll just find a place up here. All right. And just he rolled a nat 1.
But I need the goats.
I mean, technically, yeah.
Does
I'm
that
gonna
mean
come
you have to
back
bite
up.
Sebastian, or
I'm sure we could find like a vole or something.
I'd kill that.
what's a vole?
Oh. Like a little rodent type creature that lives on Earth. Shit.
I'm gonna climb back on. I've got to have those goats.
Okay. Gotta go get my goats, man. Gotta have my
Look at
goats.
goat.
Gotta get the goats.
Moose is going to look at you, Adine. And there's pure sadness in his eyes.
Oh
I'm sorry, Moose. It's the only mountain dwelling creature I could think of. How big are Moose's eyes?
60% of his face.
Adine dies a little bit on the inside.
Don't worry, and I'll just close the flap.
Can't breathe.
All right, Ray, let's go get the goats.
Alrighty. So the two of you climb back up there. It is tedious to do so, so roll me an athletics check again.
Whenever you need to guilt trip somebody, just open the flap.
He's just constantly got that expression on his face, so you're just like,
Moose, if you don't take expertise in persuasion somehow, I'm going to be very disappointed in you.
I'm just gonna take levels into rogue.
Just to have the
Mastermind
Puss in
rogue.
Boots.
No. Mastermind rogue. Because I'm just so I can manipulate people.
Okay. 24, you get up there, no problem. 20, you get up there, no problem. As you get to the top, you see that he's already running after one of the goats, trying to catch up to them. Everyone else in this scene, though, Palando, Adine, Moose, when we come back, I will be describing what this landscape looks like to all of you. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.